What if everything we were taught about St. Patrick's Day was wrong? Not just exaggerated, but wrong. Welcome to the St. Patrick's Files. Over this series, we're digging into the man, the myths, the migrations, and how America reshaped Irish traditions.
Most people think they know St. Patrick's Day. Green shirts, lucky charms, leprechauns guarding gold.
But the real story is older, darker, and far more interesting. Let's start with a shock. St. Patrick was not even born in Ireland. He was Roman British. And that changes everything. The patron saint of Ireland was not Irish. That is like finding out George Washington was Canadian. History is messy, but it is fascinating. You think this story starts with green beer?
With parades and party culture?
It actually starts in cold Roman Britain. St. Patrick was born in Roman Britain in the late 4th century. Stone homes, cold skies, a world under empire. Nothing Irish about it yet.
At an early age, his life changed overnight. He was taken across the sea to Ireland, not as a visitor, but as forced labor. For 6 years, he worked as a shepherd, alone, cold, isolated on the hillsides. That is where his faith deepened and became stronger. Now let's talk about the snakes. You have heard he drove them out of Ireland.
There is just one problem with that story.
Ireland never had native snakes. The Ice Age made sure of that.
So, what was the story really about? The snakes were symbolic. They represented pagan practices. It was a story about belief, not reptiles.
If you're enjoying this, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share this video. Then comes the shamrock. One plant, 3 parts. A simple, symbolic, religious teaching tool. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. One God. 3 persons. Here is another twist. St. Patrick's traditional color was blue. And the traditional emerald green we used to celebrate today didn't come until much, much later. And in the 18th century, green became political. Irish rebels wore shamrocks and raised green flags. And that's how green became a symbol of Irish identity. Then in the mid-19th century, America entered the story. When Irish immigrants brought their traditions to New York, and the parades grew bigger, louder, and bolder, what began as a religious feast day slowly transformed into celebration culture, and yes, eventually even into green rivers and parties. But beneath the noise and neon, there was a man who returned to forgive. And that man changed Ireland forever. And that is only the beginning. In the next episode, we open a new file. We're going to look into the truth about leprechauns. Let me ask you something. If this kind of history matters to you, hit like and subscribe to the channel.
Hit the bell also so you don't miss the next file. Because what we're uncovering here, most people have never heard it.